I'm not even sure why I'm writing this here. Maybe because I don't really have anyone to tell, or maybe because saying it out loud makes it sound less insane, or more insane. I don't know. Anyway, I just moved into this rental house about 3 weeks ago. Small town in Pennsylvania, kind of a fresh start after a whole string of, let's just call them personal disasters. It's a 2-bedroom cottage-style thing, old but cozy. Landlord was eager to rent it. Too eager, maybe. But I needed out of Philly, and the price was ridiculous in a why is this so cheap kind of way. I should have known. The first weird thing started on the 5th night. I was lying in bed around 1 a.m. when I heard scratching, like from inside the walls. At first, I figured it was mice or raccoons, whatever lives in 100-year-old houses. But this wasn't the random, frantic scuttling of a rodent. It was slow, rhythmic, like it had a purpose. Scratch, pause, scratch, scratch. I froze. It was coming from behind my headboard. I waited it out. Eventually it stopped, and I chalked it up to maybe the house settling or some creepy raccoon with OCD. But the next night, same time, same scratching. I recorded it on my phone. It was weird. When I played it back, the sound was there, but faint, dull, like the phone didn't want to hear it either. So I told myself I'd check it out in the morning, which I didn't, obviously, until night 6, when the scratching turned into tapping. I swear on my life it was in 3s. Tap, tap, tap. Pause. Then again. Like it was trying to get my attention. So I pulled the bed away from the wall, and there. It was a seam, not like wallpaper or paneling, a perfect vertical line. And on closer inspection, a small indent, like a hidden door, a secret panel or something, no knob, no hinges, just waiting. I didn't open it. Not that night. I couldn't even sleep in the same room. I crashed on the couch, lights on, every muscle locked in fight or flight. In the morning, I convinced myself I'd imagined it, that the stress and the new house and the loneliness had gotten to me until I walked past the bedroom and saw the panel was open. Just a crack. But enough. Enough to see that it was real. Okay, so, yeah, the hidden panel was open. And I wish I could say I slammed it shut and called the landlord or the cops or whoever deals with haunted crawl spaces, but I didn't. I stood there for, I don't even know how long, just staring at the crack, heart pounding, stomach in my throat. I didn't want to look, but I also had to. You know? I grabbed my phone and used the flashlight. It was a narrow opening, like crawl space narrow, not a full door. I had to kneel down to shine the light inside. And what I saw? It was a tiny room, maybe 6 feet deep, 4 feet wide, walls made of rough old brick, and in the center, sitting on the floor, a wooden rocking horse. I'm not joking. It was just sitting there, angled toward the corner like someone had left it in timeout. Faded paint, one eye missing, a thick layer of dust covering everything. But what really messed me up? There were scratches on the walls, long ones, vertical and deep. Not like mice or raccoons or even cats. I'm talking fingernail length, human width, scratches. all over the inside walls, some going all the way down to the floor, like someone had been clawing to get out. I slammed the panel shut so hard I cracked the trim. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next day, I texted my landlord. "Hey, question. What's up with the weird panel in the bedroom wall?" He replied almost instantly, which was odd because he usually takes a day or two to get back. "Do not open that, under any circumstances." No, ha ha ha, what? No explanation. Just straight panic text. So I called him, no answer. Texted again. "Seriously, what the hell is in there?" "Nothing. I didn't go to work that day. I just sat on the couch, blinds drawn, staring at that panel from across the hall like it might open itself again. And around 2 a.m., it did. I heard it this time. A low creaking, like the sound of an old door in a horror movie. But this wasn't a movie. This was my bedroom. And when I peeked around the corner, flashlight shaking in my hand, it was wide open. There was no breeze, no tilt in the floor, nothing that could have made it move on its own. But the real kicker? The rocking horse was gone. I checked the crawl space again. I swear to God it wasn't in there anymore. Just scratch, marks, and something new this time. A red crayon drawing on the wall, a stick figure with long hair, standing in the doorway. Next to it, written in the same crayon, were 3 words, "Let me out." That was it. I packed a bag, grabbed my keys, and drove. Straight to a Motel 6 about 20 minutes away. I didn't even lock the house. I couldn't. Not after I saw what was under my fingernails when I washed my hands. Dust, and something that looked a whole lot like old, dried blood. So, yeah, I ran. And honestly, I was ready to leave everything. My job, that weird house, my stuff. I didn't care. I just wanted to sleep in a place where nothing whispered through the vents. But around 4:30 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number, no name, just a single message. "You saw her, didn't you?" I didn't answer. I couldn't. 2 minutes later, another text. "That room was sealed for a reason. She finds people like you." That was it. I stared at the screen so long my phone died in my hand. Who was she? And how did they know what I saw? The next morning, I drove back to the house in daylight. I know. Dumb. But something kept pulling me. It wasn't just fear, it was familiarity. Like I knew that crawl space. Like I'd been in there before. When I stepped inside, the air was still. Like the house had been holding its breath. I walked straight to the bedroom. The panel was closed again. No sign of it ever opening. But there were crayon drawings. All over the walls. Not just in the crawl space anymore. All around the bedroom, the hallway, even on the inside of my closet. Stick figures. All with X's for eyes, some upside down, some with missing limbs. One was different, though. It was me. Same. Clothes. Same hair. But the stick figure me was standing next to a child. A girl. Long hair. No face. And under the picture it said, "You're almost ready." Ready for what? That's when I found the shoebox. It was in the attic. I didn't go looking for it. It was just sitting in the middle of the floor like someone wanted me to find it. Inside, photos, old ones, Polaroids, faded and curled, all of me. But they weren't taken recently. I was young, 4 or 5 maybe, standing in a sandbox, wearing a red jumper I still own, but definitely didn't remember as a kid. Then more photos. Same girl, older each time, until she looked exactly like me now. Same face, same scar on the eyebrow. I dropped the box. My hands were shaking, so hard I couldn't breathe. On the bottom of the box was a medical bracelet. Name, Emery Clark. Dob, same as mine. Status, released. Except, my name's not Emery. It's Rachel, isn't it? I ran to the bathroom and dug through the drawers until I found my birth certificate. My actual one. I'd seen it 100 times. Filed it for apartments, jobs. Only. Now. It wasn't mine. Same address, same birthday, different last name. I sat on the edge of the tub for what felt like hours, because if I wasn't Rachel, then who was I? Later that night, I heard knocking on the wall again. 3 slow knocks, same rhythm, same spot. I didn't want to go back in. I really, truly didn't. But something told me it wasn't over. When I opened the panel, it was empty. No rocking horse, no drawings, no crayon, just a mirror nailed to the far wall. And in the reflection, the same girl, same long hair, but this time, she smiled and mouthed something I'll never forget. I'm not in the wall anymore. Title: I found a hidden door in my house. What was behind it shouldn't exist. Part 4, Reset, There's Something. You should know about mirrors. They're not just reflections. They're gateways. No, I'm not saying magic is real, or ghosts, or interdimensional wormholes. I'm saying sometimes the truth lives on the other side of what we think is reality. And last night I stepped through it. The mirror didn't open, not exactly, but as I reached toward the surface, it felt soft, like water, cold, and humming. When I touched it, everything changed. Not suddenly, more like my room faded away, pixel by pixel, until I was standing in a hallway I didn't recognize. Fluorescent lights, gray floors, white doors, all numbered. Hospital? No. It felt sterile, but colder. Like something built to simulate comfort but failed miserably. Door 6B was open. Inside was a room. And me. I mean, I was in there. Same face, same hair, but sedated, eyes closed, tubes in my arms, monitors, beeping steadily. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. On the wall behind the bed was a dry erase board. It said, Subject, Emery Clark Test Sequence 23. Status, Unstable Memory Sync, Failed Clone. ID, Rachel 7. I staggered back. Clone? That's what I was? Rachel 7? I was a copy? The lights flickered. A voice echoed down the hallway, calm, robotic. Reintegration protocol commencing. Please remain still. I ran, blindly, desperately. Doors slammed behind me as I passed them. Like whatever was running this place had decided I wasn't allowed to leave again. But one door stayed open. It wasn't numbered. It was mirrored. I dove through. When I woke up, I was back. Same bed, same house, same silence. Gus was curled next to me like nothing happened, but something had changed. The panel in the wall? Gone. No marks, no seam, like it was never there. And the photo box? Empty. No bracelet, no photos, no proof, just a deep, gnawing ache in my head, and a name I can't forget now. Emery. I'm not Rachel, or at least, not the first Rachel. And every time I pass a mirror now, I swear I see her. Still inside, waiting. Because here's the final twist. I don't think I got out.